Hello, this is Stephanie again with Part 7 of our American Government orientation. This section we are going to talk about the syllabus and contact information. So, first I want to tell you my preferred contact method is the messaging tool in Canvas. If you just go in there, you can send a message to me, you can send a message to your classmates. Be sure to clearly note who you are and why you're writing in the subject line. Make sure you're nice and clear about what you're writing about, and you should expect a response from me within 24 hours. If you don't hear from me within 24 hours, write again. Somehow your message didn't get to me, or I got overwhelmed with stuff and missed getting back to you. So I should get back to you within 24 hours, and if I don't, be sure to contact me again. And it's within 48 hours on weekends and holidays. Also, you're welcome to text me. My text information is in our syllabus. Again, when you're sending the text, be sure to say who you are, because since I don't have all your phone numbers in my phone, I don't know who you are if you don't say. So be sure to do that. And I'm going to go very quickly over the syllabus. We've talked about most of the areas that are of importance, but again, it's maybe you don't know, I am a lawyer, and so I consider our syllabus to be like a contract between you and I. So you should always read contracts, although I know people often don't. But in this particular case, make sure that you read this contract. So let me go into our syllabus. So again, it's got my contact method. I've got email here, but Canvas messaging is really the first way to get to me. You could also instant message me through Gmail if you want to do that sort of thing. There's also chat within Canvas, so if I'm inside grading or something like that, you can also just send me a quick chat note. Our online Canvas address there and how to log into Canvas, but of course if you are watching this video you already know that information. The description of our course: this is of course an online course. You never have to come to campus. There are no proctored exams or anything. Everything happens through our Canvas online classroom. Our course outcomes: by the end you should be able to explain the basic concepts and themes of American government, describe some basic history of the United States, explain the changing nature of government. We're really going to explore that a lot in those essays, those news of the week essays. You're going to be able to describe how the government impacts you and how you can impact the government. You will be able to explain the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the Declaration of Independence, just our basic American documents. You'll be able to describe the historical development of our system of government, and then be able to demonstrate competent analytical reading and writing. And I'll show you in a minute how you'll be able to demonstrate that you've done all those things. As I mentioned, this is an online course. Everything happens over the internet. I expect that you fully participate in the class, that you do the reading on time and thoughtfully, that you work cooperatively and respectfully with your colleagues. We'll be doing work independently and as a group, and you want to be able to get along well with everybody no matter what. If something happens that prevents you from participating in the course, I need you to let me know. Don't wait until 3 weeks after you've stopped doing work to say that a family member has become ill and you had to take care of them, and that's why you stopped participating in the class, or that your child care fell through and that's why you stopped participating in the class. As soon as that thing that's going to make you stop participating in the class happens, let me know so that we can work something out and that you don't fall behind. Because if you let me know after it happens, there's generally nothing that I can do to help you get caught up. So if you let me know at the front end, we can salvage the quarter. If you let me know afterwards, you may end up having a failing grade on your transcript, and I hate for that to happen. So if something's going to happen to interfere with your ability to successfully complete this course, let me know right away. Otherwise, I expect you to do the assigned activities thoughtfully and actually that you have some fun. I think American government is a great time, and you may be rolling your eyes at me right now, but hopefully by the end you too will think that American government is actually pretty fun. what you can expect of me, that I give you organized work. I don't just sort of randomly throw stuff out at you, and that I give you a reasonable workload, that I don't give you too much to do nor too little to do, that the work is challenging. It should make you think. It shouldn't overwhelm you. It shouldn't be too easy. It should be challenging. That I give you regularly graded activities so that you always know how you're doing in the class. It should not be a mystery to you what your grade is. You will always know. That I grade in a timely manner and that I grade fairly. I try to grade your work within a week of you submitting it or within a week of the due date. So I will sometimes even get it done faster than that if I'm on a roll. Anyways, that I give you all the support, oopsie, it shouldn't say Angel, it should say Canvas, that you need in order to succeed in Canvas, and towards that end I'll be doing a little Canvas tour at the end of, in the next portion of the orientation, and that I have fun teaching you, because if I'm bored or don't enjoy American government, there's no way that I can help you enjoy American government. I think that's just a basic. So anyways, activities. As I mentioned, we've talked about all of these already, so I'm just going to skim through them really quickly. We've got the activity and discussion that we'll be doing every week. We've got quizzes that you'll be doing in every module. We've got those interpreting the news essays that are in each module. We talked about our service learning project that involves you interacting with the community. We've got some orientation activities, one of which you're engaging in right now. And then there's a final exam at the end, just one essay exam question to show to me that you know how to think about American government. Here's our outcomes table. Remember a few minutes ago I said here's what the outcomes of the class are, and here's how you'll be able to show me that you've met those outcomes. So that just gives you an idea of why you're doing all the things that you're doing in this class. Your grading, I've got the class weighted so that your essays are worth 25%, discussions 25%, quizzes 25%, 15% for service learning, and 5% for your final project, and then 5% for those orientation, or final, it's actually final exam, and 5% for those orientation activities. And as I mentioned, I'll get your work graded within a week. Now, as I mentioned in the first part of our orientation, we're doing this class in sort of two parts. One is a competency-based part where you just show me what you know and you can move through it more or less at your own pace. And one is our weekly community-based part of the class. So in the competency-based work, you have your interpreting the news essays and your quizzes. So you can do those more or less at your own pace. But as I mentioned, you'll want to have all the work for modules 1 and 2 completed by November 5th, and all the works from the whole quarter done by December 11th. The other work has specific due dates. That includes our weekly discussions, and I normally have a pretty generous late policy, but given the structure of this class, I'm getting rid of that and trying something different. Since you're working at your own pace on the competency-based stuff, I give suggested due dates, but there's no penalty at all, of course, for missing those. I just give you those due dates so that you know approximately the pace that you should be working at in order to complete the course on time without being all stressed out. With the work that needs to be done in a timed fashion, like the discussions, I will only count your top 7 best scores. So if there's a week where you're late or where you can't do, well, there's no doing these late. You need to do it during the week that you're in. And if you miss that, then that could be one of your scores that gets dropped, which would be the 0. That's how I'm accommodating people for the lack of a late, being able to post to the discussions late. You need to post them during the week that you're in. The service learning project, I'll be posting a special late policy for the service learning project a little later in the quarter. And finally, orientation activities, those again need to be done within the first 2 days of the quarter, and or first 2 days of you logging in, whatever comes first. And you can't move on with the class. You can't get into module 1 until you've completed those, so that's sort of your late penalty there. Otherwise, there's no other late penalty for being late with the orientation activities. So make sure your information in our student information system is correct, because that's what goes into Canvas, and if you've got wrong information in there, you won't get good information from me. Extra credit, as I've mentioned a few times, we really don't do extra credit in this class, although you can earn extra points doing discussions and surveys. The grade reports. Around week 4 and week 8, I will send you a reporting of how you're doing in the class. And I will ask you to get back to me to confirm that the grades that I've posted so far are correct and that you understand that where you are in the class. This is not, American government is not a hard class. It's not a difficult subject to understand, so I really expect everybody to pretty much do well. I don't expect really anybody to fail this class unless you just don't do the work. It's not conceptually hard to understand American government. So because of that, because I try to present it in a straightforward way, because I give you a reasonable amount of work, I really expect everybody to sort of get a really good grade, I hope. So if you're getting less than 84%, I'm wondering what's wrong. I'm wondering if I'm presenting the information in a way that isn't working for you, if something's interfering in your life. Maybe you're taking 5 classes and you're just feeling overwhelmed. Maybe you're working 3 jobs and trying to squeeze this in your spare time, which is never a good idea. Maybe there's something interfering with your ability to do well in the class. And when we do the grade reports, this is an opportunity for you to either say, I'm really struggling with this, I need help, or to say, you know what, this is the best I can do at this point because I've got these other pressures on my time and I can't do any better. But that's sort of an opportunity for us to just get together and figure out what's going on, because I really expect everybody to get an 85 or better. Professional communications. When you message me, or if you decide to send me an email or text me or whatever, I want you to fully identify who you are and what class you're in. Use complete sentences, including proper spelling and grammar. This is a pet peeve for me and pretty much every other faculty member in the college and every college, when students don't use proper spelling and grammar, including capitals and periods, in their writing. So please do that. I do it when I'm writing to you. I expect the same when you're writing back to me. If you don't, I'll send it back and ask you to rewrite it so that I can read it. Technical support. If you have any problems, contact Distance Learning. Their contact information is there. If the college closes, we're just going to pretty much continue on as we are because, frankly, we're online. And if the college is closed, that shouldn't stop you from being able to do this work. If you have power outages, etc., and I note that through the news, then I will extend deadlines as necessary, and I'll send out messages about that. If you have any disabilities, remember that we have a Disability Support Services office, and if you need accommodations, please let me know. Academic dishonesty. Really, I do everything that I can in this class to make it straightforward and simple for you, and I really expect you to respect that by not cheating. I know that a lot of people cheat accidentally or don't realize what they're doing is cheating. I will call you on it, and you will get a 0 for that work, and if I see reported efforts, I will have to file a notice with the college, and it could result in you being expelled, and I'd hate to see that happen. So just do your own work, make sure you cite it properly. If you are struggling and feel like, wow, if I don't cheat I'm not going to pass, come talk to me. We can make it work out. You don't need to cheat. I keep your information confidential, your student records and the like, but in order for your confidentiality to be confidential, everybody in the class needs to be on board with this. So you can't share out other things that are happening in the class. Don't post, copy and paste people's discussion comments and put it on Facebook, etc. What happens in our classroom stays in our classroom. Anyways, I mentioned that I'm a lawyer. I'm not your lawyer. Please don't bring me your legal problems. If you have legal problems and you need to know where to go, I'm happy to direct you to resources. And finally, here's our breakdown of the grade. So that's just a quick overview of our syllabus. Next, a tour of Canvas.